So.
The timer's on, but I muted all the mics.
Okay.
Hold about 20 more seconds.
Yeah, when you're ready to turn on the mic, just let me know. Just go halfway because it wants to play the sound. Welcome to the Dunwoody Dialogues, the live version of the Dunwoody Dialogues. You are joining us on our maiden voyage. Here we are, first time ever. We've gone live, and hopefully we are on YouTube, Facebook, and X. And I will tell you, please be patient with us as we stretch our live broadcast legs, because we may have a hitch or two, but I'm telling you what, we are so excited. Madison, our director, producer extraordinaire, she is so excited about this. She's sitting there she's got a big smile back over there. So we are so happy to be joining you live. What can you do? So here, you can send us messages. You can go ahead and put a note in there if you want to ask our guest a question. Maybe you want to stump them. Go ahead and do that. Send us a question. We will post it live. So this show is produced by Discover Dunwoody, and I am Mark Galvin, your host. We have been doing this show for a long time, so we have lots of shows out there. Go check out YouTube, and you'll find our podcast channel. You'll see tons of content there. And we've interviewed some really, really cool, fantastic folks. So, for example, we recently spoke to Tim Wright, who's with Cushman & Wakefield, talked about all of the commercial real estate in and around Perimeter. Let me tell you what, Perimeter is hot. Actually, you're going to find out this from our guest today. But in addition to that, we talked to Dr. Sarah Friend. She started a business that allows you to get coaching advice from a doctor. Right? Why go to Dr. Google when you can just pick up a phone and call Dr. Friend and say, hey, what do you think I should do in this case? So go check out those shows. They're absolutely terrific. All right, let's press ahead. Here on our very first live broadcast, we want all of you to welcome Brooke MacLean to the worldwide headquarters of Discover Dunwoody.
I'm so honored. Thank you for taking this risk on me.
I'm going to tell
What's going to happen?
I didn't want to put it that way, but this is kind of
risky.
Yeah. But you're already showing your look at you. Yeah, there's a word I was trying to think of. I'm not sure what that was, but you're relax. You're like this.
Oh, I live for this.
This is your neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
It literally is your neighborhood.
Say anything, nothing changes.
That's right. Yeah. But before the show started, we were talking about, can we curse? And I told you, yeah, go for it. That'll be fine.
I will try to mitigate.
All right, let's tell everybody who you are. This is I'm so excited you're here. You're the CEO of Marketwake.
I am.
Here and around Dunwoody, we've heard that name kind of thrown around a lot because you're new to Dunwoody, new-ish to Dunwoody. How long have you been in Dunwoody now?
Only 6 weeks.
Okay, that's pretty darn new. So brand new company, moved into Campus 244. Mm-hmm. So, and this happens all the time. Where is Campus 244? Campus 244 is over there by the Marriott.
It is.
The Marriott's been there forever. It's the first hotel in Dunwoody. Drive by the Marriott. The trellis, the Marta trellis is now painted.
It's beautiful.
It is fantastic.
They worked so hard on that. There were 2 women who worked every single hour for about 2 weeks, morning, noon, and night to get that done. It was amazing to actually watch. It's stunning. It's something to go see.
It is absolutely it. What's great about it is the trellis was, let's be honest, it was
fine.
Wasn't pretty. No. Right? It's just like it's urban.
It's urban.
Right. Yeah. Now it's got flowers and birds. It's
my gosh. It's such a beautiful entry too, because I think what I loved about Campus 244 is it does feel like an intimate campus concept, and that just is such a grand entry.
It is.
It's beautiful. They did such a good job.
So let's talk about Marketwake.
Mm-hmm.
You are one of Inc. magazine's fastest growing companies for 5 years. That's such an unbelievable thing.
Thank you.
And for the past 4, you've been listed as one of the best places to work by Inc. magazine.
Yeah.
You're a speaker. You've done your own TED Talks. Mm-hmm. You were also a CEO of Kevy. I had to think about that. It's Kevy, Kevy, which was an email marketing automation. And You're the newest Discover Dunwoody board member.
I sure am.
You've been in Dunwoody for 6 weeks and you're already on our
Move
board.
fast. I don't have
Is
time.
it that easy to get on our board? Don't answer that. That's
That's a
cool.
question for you.
So I am thrilled that you're here, especially because you're a marketer. And what do we do here at Discover Dunwoody? Our job is to market Dunwoody, right? Our job is to get people to eat in our restaurants, shop in our shops, stay in our hotels, come play in our parks. And you're a marketing firm for tons of companies, right? And so I'm just going to stop talking and say, let's just share with everybody, what do you do and why do you do it?
Oh, and why?
Yes.
I think that's the most meaningful.
The
Have you
why,
read Simon
right?
Sinek's Start With Why?
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Go
We make
for it.
every new employee read that book.
Really?
It's very important because I mean that's what
Is
we're
it a
asking
big
all of
book
our.
or small book?
It's small. It's quick.
Okay.
Quick read.
I'll have to get that for our team. We're into books now, so I'll do that.
Oh, good. Welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
Into books. So when Marketwake got started, I was actually sitting on a dock in Lake Burton, not too far from here,
Yeah.
and I was watching all these boats go by, and I was contemplating what I needed to do with my next chapter. I knew that things were changing and shifting, and I had this feeling. It felt just like a tide behind me that I needed to start my own business. That's a scary proposition, and it came with a lot of resistance for some time. And I'm watching these boats go by, and they're beautiful. It's Lake Burton. They're perfect. And then this little tiny bass boat goes by, and it left a wake so large that it shook the dock that I was on. And it was going the same speed, but it was the tiniest boat that actually left the largest wake. And that's the why, and that's why Marketwake is named Marketwake, is because I believe that everyone is going to leave a wake behind them. Our job is to help it be positive. So how do we take companies, concepts, brands, and people and help them leave a wake so large that it changes the world around them? So that's the why.
Wow. I love that.
It,
That is fantastic.
and it's really our driving factor and our ethos of our culture, our team, how we connect with people, the types of brands we even work with, of is there a positive impact that can be had, or can we shift it to be so?
Wow.
And it's been an exciting journey.
That is so cool. And you talk about the starting a business and deciding you're going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
How many staff members did you start off with?
Myself.
How long were you toiling on your own?
Not exceptionally long. I found amazing people pretty early on to help and support and fill in gaps. I wasn't ready to take the you're hired full-time leap for a while, but it was a couple months before I started realizing I don't need to do it all by myself.
Right.
I asked for help very, very early on from
Good.
some remarkable people, so I learned that lesson quickly.
That's great.
And now we're 75 people
Wow, that large.
full-time.
Is there we all do this, and I started my own company once upon a time, so I know you do a lot of this. Every day you're thinking about, okay, what happened well today, what didn't go well. What do you think are the keys to your success to growing from 1 to 77?
Yeah,
Ish.
give or take.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Tomorrow it might be 75.
I know.
The other week it'll be 80, right?
Exactly.
But what do you think has been your keys to success?
It changes. I would say that there's not a singular key or concept. I do believe very strongly that our focus on people and connecting with people is a huge cornerstone of that, because it helps everything get put into perspective. You're going to have bad days. You're going to make a mistake. There is no such thing as a perfect marketing anything. And part of what I love about marketing is that it allows you to iterate, it allows you to make mistakes, and it allows you to fail very quickly in order for you to figure out what works. Then we do not punish our team for making those mistakes, or otherwise they're never going to try anything new. And so building and cultivating a team that is okay to share what they learned, to fail, to try again, to test, and to be excited about it, and to not get stuck in the grind. So I think that that's one aspect. And then the other aspect is the importance of play. It's very important. If you are going to be in an agency, everyone who's ever experienced an agency, it's a high frequency, high stress environment. All the time. We are working with a lot of different clients. All of those clients have a lot of different needs and personalities, and that's fine. We love all of those needs and personalities, but it takes a very unique individual to be sometimes a therapist, to be a strategist, to be an expert at what they do, to see future trends and drive a business towards those future trends without data to prove that it's just gut feeling, right? there needs to be some alleviation and excitement to re-spark creativity without remaining in the grind for too long.
Right.
So we prioritize a lot of play. We travel together. We've been to Iceland and Jamaica and Belize and New York and big sky skiing. We have events. We do retreats. We bring other people and team members and clients in to experience just our excitement for life, our zest for life. And I think that when you want to live a bigger life, all of a sudden people just want to be around you.
Right.
And that is something that we really focus on at Marketwake.
Oh, I think this is terrific. And the effort to play, it just sounds like, okay, put a foosball table in the office,
No
right?
foosball.
Yeah, you know what I mean,
No.
right? It goes much deeper than that. And
It
so I'm
is.
glad you shared that.
It's an essence.
But you're also at Campus 244, which the office that you're in is absolutely beautiful. That probably contributes a little bit to allowing the team to kind of spread their wings, maybe get out and walk, or get away from kind of the grind of doing some of the work that may become tedious when they're supposed to be creative.
Exactly. And that was a huge factor of finding a space where they could be themselves and not just be trapped behind a desk all day long. Go out, explore, meet people, enjoy the community that you're in. I think that that's another aspect that we are a very close-knit team that loves the community that we're in all the time, and we love new people. And it's been incredible to meet in these 6 weeks so many amazing new people in the Dunwoody area that we're excited to know.
I love that. Let's talk about Dunwoody.
Yeah.
Tell me about the process of selecting Campus 244, and what have you noticed about Dunwoody? And and I'm totally biased. Here we are representing Dunwoody, but there is certainly a reason you chose that location versus others. But what did that look like?
We were prior to this in Armour Yards, right by Sweetwater and Painted Pickle down there. And it served our purposes for the time. What we were lacking was community. There were not a lot of local businesses nearby or various hours. We didn't feel that it was going to serve our growth down there. And when I started looking at where all of our team was moving, we have a fairly young team. Our average age right now, I believe, is 33.
Wow.
So a lot of millennials and a lot of Gen Zs. We were looking at where are they moving to? My assumption was that they were staying in the city. That was not the case. A lot of people are moving into Smyrna and Roswell and Alpharetta and Cumming and Gwinnett and Suwanee, and everyone was moving a little bit north. Okay, so then that pushed our radius up. What does that leave us to? More perimeter, making it as central as we possibly can. When we went to narrow down our options, I had a list. It was a very important list. We needed green space. We needed access to restaurants because if you are familiar with Armour Yards, there's not a lot of restaurants in the area. So we needed to save on the Uber Eats bills. Needed access to restaurants, green space, high ceilings, a unique build because we are a creative team and we needed something that fit those purposes. Access to transportation, cost of living, school zones were important for us, and then talent. How do we acquire and retain new talent? All of that needed to be checked, and I looked at my broker and I said, good luck.
It's a big list.
Help us.
Really, it's a big
Help us.
list,
It's
right?
a huge list.
Where did you think you would go? You're sitting there, you're talking to your broker, and they're probably saying, okay, these are the areas. Where did you, in your first reaction, you thought, this is where we'll end up?
I thought we would find ourselves in West Side.
Really? Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
When we first started this process, I thought we were going to be a little bit more on the industrial side.
Sure.
That's where we came from. And a lot of people in our industry tend to gravitate towards those areas, or Old Fourth Ward. We were looking there. I didn't consider Dunwoody, to be completely honest with
It's
you.
okay.
I didn't consider it. And it wasn't until actually touring the area, looking at High Street, seeing Campus 244, and understanding the vision of Dunwoody that I started to buy in to a shift in expectations. And the second we toured High Street in 244, we were pretty sold.
That's awesome. So you coined a phrase, a descriptive phrase, even a little marketing phrase about Dunwoody. What was it?
Atlanta's HQ.
Why did you say that?
Atlanta's the capital of Georgia, but Dunwoody, there's something very, very vibrant. And when you look at where all of the businesses are flooding, this really does feel like the headquarters of Atlanta. They're incredible businesses and Fortune 100, Fortune 500. It has access to everything that you could possibly need, and it's walkable. And I think that that's the other aspect of being able to just walk around the city. We didn't have that at Armour Yards. There were no sidewalks.
Wow, that's so interesting. And you know, because of the experience of some of the things you've been to, Dunwoody's leaning into how do we make this city more walkable? So while you say it's walkable now, it's only going to get better, which we're
And
really
I
excited
loved
about.
the vision of that. And talking to people like yourself and other leaders in the city, that's what they kept coming back to is, no, we are just getting started.
Right.
We're just getting started. And I love that mentality because that's what I tell my team all the time. We started in 2017 and I still feel we're just getting started. And if you don't have that mentality, it's easy to hit a ceiling.
You know, you're growing. Clearly, you're growing rapidly. And you've joined an old city that's a new city in so many ways. And there's so many new things happening here that you're going to be part of that wave, right? The wake of Dunwoody is really large, quite frankly. And we could play with that all day long. But I'm going to ask my producer, how much time do we have? Give me an idea. Do it 10 minutes left? 10 minutes? Okay, good.
I like that.
So
Let's go
just
10.
get a sense. All right, 10 minutes left. I want to ask you, there's so many things, and I told you before, there are so many questions I want to ask you. We could go a long time because I find what you do is absolutely fascinating. You're very entrepreneur. You have an entrepreneurial spirit, and your entrepreneurial spirit is driving you to do this. Where did that come from?
I'm restless.
Really? Were you, as a young person, were you restless too?
I went to private school and public school and homeschool. My parents didn't quite know what to do with me.
They couldn't get you
Try
to
it
sit.
all.
So you don't like to sit still for long.
Not long.
Wow, you've been here for 20 minutes. And
It's
you've been
hard.
sitting in one
And
spot.
then I found out 10 more minutes.
Oh my God, we got 10 more minutes. So you really have an internal motor that's really, really always on.
I do.
Do you sleep?
I do. I appreciate sleep. I try not to further a concept that people should sleep less to be important. I respect sleep. I would like to do it more often.
So you don't get a lot of sleep.
No.
You're not a big sleeper.
No.
What keeps you up at night? Probably I know this is like, there's a gazillion things, but what do you find is a common theme?
Opportunity. Opportunity. I lie awake more thinking about the positive opportunities ahead than the issues that I have. I've worked very hard to find practices to manage what I can, but let go of what I cannot control. So typically what keeps me up at night is, where are we going next? What does that next roadmap need to look like? What is the next opportunity? What am I missing out on? What did I not notice? What is the next office going to be? The exciting things that move us forward is really where I work hard to spend most of my time, because thoughts are powerful.
Sure.
And if you're not controlling what you think, then you'll find yourself down a path that maybe you didn't necessarily want to be in.
Right.
So opportunity.
That's really interesting. All right, so you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, right?
I heard of him.
Yeah. Who is he? Let's let people who don't know who he is. Who is that guy?
That guy is one of the best marketers that I have ever witnessed in my entire life. And he is a controversial marketer in what he does. People love him or they hate him, but you have to admit, he is good at what he does. It works.
So look him up. Gary V is typically how you can find him on social channels. Controversial because of the language he uses, right?
Perhaps.
He uses some
Colorful
language. That's a great way of putting that. So he says, and I think this is really interesting, he said good marketers know the audience and how to speak to them. So how does Marketwake learn the audience and find out how to speak to them?
That is the question.
That's why I asked it. See, it says the question right here.
That is big written, very large. That is the question. We are always in pursuit of that. Right now, we leverage a lot of different tools. Our team, they're good at what they do. And we dive deep into analytics. We're a performance marketing company. So at the end of the day, everything that we do is to drive revenue, conversions, leads, opportunities as much as we possibly can.
So everything you do can be tracked. Here's the mission.
Yes.
We can see whether we're performing or not. Back in the day, you used to print stuff in a magazine to keep your fingers crossed that it would yield sales. Well, but you could never really connect them. Today, you can connect marketing to tangible results.
You can. And I mean, it does get creepy from IP addresses to transaction data. And we have access to a lot of that. So we do a deep audience analysis with every single client that we bring on to understand who their audience is. The biggest question, though, that marketers miss out on is, but what is the emerging audience? Because oftentimes you can get into an echo chamber of listening to your current clients or current customer base and then just serving them what they need over and over and over. Well, eventually they're going to get tired of receiving that message. So what is the emerging audience? And is there data to support there is a new audience that you need to begin talking to? That's where we spend a lot of time, because that's very interesting. We never want to lose sight of the current audience and how we get to know them. But we want to think bigger about where's the next wake and what does an emerging audience need to look like. That is sometimes harder because we don't necessarily have data in order to tell us what the emerging audience likes or dislikes. It's a test, it's a trial.
Right.
And then we take the data to say whether or not this is valid and should we pursue it.
So interesting. You and I will talk more about this, I know. I find all this very interesting because your story I love, because number one, you started off as a single, you had one shingle, right? It was just you, and then you have expanded into, and how long have you been open?
It's 2017, 8 years.
So in that amount of time, you're up to almost 80 employees, and that's notable. I mean, that's a real serious, that's a large company.
And we bootstrapped, no investors.
Wow, so it's all privately owned and operated. And I've seen your office. You have room to grow. So you bought space to put in more desks. I saw that.
Opportunity.
Yes, I love that. So it is great that you're all of those things. You are a young organization. Vibrancy and coming to Dunwoody is such an important piece. We know we need that for our future. So we love that you're here. We love you. You are such a great spokesperson. You're already a spokesperson for Dunwoody. You've been here for 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So we love that. Keep that up and keep leaning in, right? The way that you have been able to help us identify new things like Atlanta's HQ. I'm going to tell you what, I like that a lot.
It has a nice ring to it.
Good.
Speaking about emerging audiences, Dunwoody is its own emerging audience. It truly is. Of what are we attracting here and who are we attracting? And I think we're about to see a younger wave of everything coming here.
And it is really interesting when you dig into Dunwoody that there's multiple demographics in this city. From the bedroom community side to the perimeter side, these are very different audiences. And so you got to figure out, that's what we do. How do we talk to all of those different audiences and get them to enjoy the time or experience more of Dunwoody, which is what we're doing. Yeah. All right. People out there want to know more about you. Where can they find out more about you and Marketwake?
You can go to marketwake.com. You can find me on LinkedIn and on Instagram at Brooke MacLean, and then also at Marketwake if you follow us on Instagram. And then feel free to email me, brooke@marketwake.com.
Wow, you just gave out your email to our two followers.
I have someone who filters.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, MacLean, MacLean.
You nailed it.
Yeah, but so I would say MacLean, but it's MacLean. Make sure we say that right. And I do appreciate you so much. We are very excited that you're here, as I mentioned before, and we look forward to meeting you more at CT Taqueria. We ran into her at CT Canteen in Taqueria just last week. So love that you're here, and let's get your people out there.
I eat there every day.
Do you really?
Becoming a taco. Yes.
It is. Wow, their food is unbelievable.
It's amazing. Oh my gosh, they do such a good job.
Oh my God. All right, I'm glad they're not downstairs because I would eat there every day too. Well, stay tuned. We'll be right back. I'm going to have you say goodbye in a moment, but I'm going to say to all of you, thank you for joining us on our first live broadcast. And I'm looking at this camera. See, we're learning. This is the great thing. We are figuring out live. So I'm on this camera. Thank you so much. This show is produced by Discover Dunwoody. Our director, our producer, our extraordinary technical person on the backside is Madison Holtz. Madison, thank you so much. Special thanks to Ben Taylor. Ben Taylor has joined us as an intern this summer and has helped us get to the point where we are running live today. If you've watched our shows in the past, you know we're always talking about our Dunwoody stickers. So these stickers are free. You can get them all over town, or just come here to our offices. We'll be happy to give you a Dunwoody sticker. Some of the places you can find them: NFA Burger, the best burger in Georgia, you can go there and you can get a Dunwoody sticker. Go to the library, go to City Hall. Please track them down. Oh, and by the way, we're going to hand them out at the 4th of July parade. So catch us at the 4th of July parade. We'll give you one there. Thanks for watching. You can follow us on social media at Discover Dunwoody is our handle practically everywhere. Twitter's a little different. It's Visit Dunwoody there, but just look for at Discover Dunwoody is our handle. And our website is discoverdunwoody.com. Brand new website. Launches tomorrow. discoverdunwoody.com. Go check out our new website or the one we have now. It's all good. We can give you events. We can give you restaurants. We give lots of suggestions all about Dunwoody. Brooke, thanks again for joining us. I love that you're here. I look forward to seeing your organization grow in Dunwoody.
We're so excited to be here. I'm really, I see a beautiful future.
I love
here at
that.
Dunwoody.
I love that.
Yeah.
And for all of you watching, thank you for watching. Watch us, and you'll see more of the future of Brooks. I have a feeling we'll have her back on at some time. And all you got to know now is thank you for watching. Now go out and discover Dunwoody.